Okay, so my volume didn't work when I was doing this part of the video, so I'm going to talk you through it. Here I'm showing you the 2 completed cards that I have already done in the Fast Play, and I'm going to do the last one. What I have is my card base, which is 110-pound cardstock from Michaels, which is Recollections, and then I have layered the corrugated board, cardstock, and then the pattern paper, which is Prima from the Cigar Box collection. And what I did with the pattern paper was, if you saw in the previous thing, was that I crumpled it up and then laid it out and then glued it down. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the doily die cut and getting all my pieces together to finish off this card. So what I'm going to do next is take my Tim Holtz Distress tool, and I'm going to distress around the edges of the die cut doily. It's a little difficult because of the bumps around it, but I just wanted to give it a little bit of a distressed look. And then once I'm done with that, I will get some chipboard, and I'm going to pop it up. So I'm getting my chipboard so I can cut out a couple of pieces and kind of pop that up to give it a little dimension. Just trying to figure out how big of a piece I need. I do end up cutting it a little bit too big, so I end up having to cut it down just a little bit around the corners. And I'm using Aleene's Tacky Wet Glue for this because I don't want this to fall apart. I want it to stay together. And the hot glue really doesn't keep it as well as the liquid. So that's what I'm doing here. Making sure it stays together. And then I will do the same thing, add the tacky glue to add it to the back of the doily, which it winds up being too big, so I have to cut the corners off, which I see I'm off camera. Sorry about that. So I add that to the back of the doily, and then I add more glue. And then I will add that to the center of the card. And then I will start to embellish here. I'm getting my lace pieces, and I'm laying them down where I want them. And I will add use hot glue to add these. And then I will end up trimming off the edges of the lace just to make it even with the edge of the card at the end of the video. And then I'm going to add this really nice crocheted lace here, which is really pretty, really thick, really nice, very soft. And I add that to the middle. And then I'm going to add the last of my pieces, which is the die cut bracket that you see there with the word thanks. And I'm also going to pop this up with small pieces of chipboard as well, just to give the card a little bit more height to it. And again, I use the wet adhesive because I don't want that to fall off. And I think I cut this a little bit too long as well, so I have to trim the edge off to put it on. Yep. Yeah, my measurements were off today, but it still comes out looking really nice. And then I adhere that to the card again with the liquid glue. Then I'll take that button at the top there that you see with the twine on it, which is a little wood button that I got from Shabby Chic Boutique. And I'm going to add that to the corner. And then I will add the word thanks with liquid glue. And I take a Q-tip so I don't get the glue all over my fingers, and I brush off some of the excess glue with that, so that way I'm not getting glue all over everything, and it works really well. I have a stash of the Q-tips on my desk, so I use them quite often for doing stuff like that. And there is the completed card, and here I'm trimming off the edges, and what I should have done was trimmed off the lace before I added the other stuff, because I ended up having to go back and fixing it because I clipped off the edges of the die cut. So what you'll see is the edges will be gone, but I did fix that. And these cards are going to a girl that requested this video. Her name is Jen, and I will link her YouTube channel in the description box below. And I'm showing you all 3 cards that I created, and I will make envelopes for these as well. And I hope she likes them. Thanks for watching. Bye.